Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All praise to YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect of Israel. You are now entering the New World Order. It's here. This thing is here, man. Okay?
If your employer asked you, would you get a microchip implanted into your hand? The first UK companies are looking at doing just that, using microchips permanently inserted under the skin to allow access to buildings instead of traditional key cards. It's a new but at the moment unregulated technology. Sasha Twining from Inside Out in the south of England reports.
At an industrial estate near Southampton is the human implant company Biotech. Its director, Stephen Northam, claims they've implanted around 150 microchips already, and demand is still growing.
More and more people want this technology, and it probably will be your passport, your credit card, your keys, in a chip, in your hand, commonplace for everyone.
Welcome to another update of the mark of the beast is indeed the RFID chip. The wicked elite of Esau, the international banking families, they want everyone microchipped, synchronized with the Internet of Things, and massive surveillance. This is why they have the Eye of Ra on the back of the dollar bill, meaning they want to be the power. They want to be the Most High, which the Eye of Ra is not the Most High. But they want to see everything at all times. They want to keep track of everything and everyone. They want to be gods of the planet Earth. How does it feel to be watched at work all the time? This was put up by Padraig Belton, Technology of Business reporter. This article came out April 11th, 2019, the year of Karagma. This is under business. There is a wrong and right way to carry out workplace surveillance. Is workplace surveillance about improving productivity or simply a way to control staff and weed out poor performers? Courtney Hagen Ford, 34 years old, left her job working as a bank teller because she found the surveillance she was under was dehumanizing. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? They want a totalitarian system. Complete control. Her employer logged her keystrokes and used software to monitor how many of the customers she helped went on to take out loans and fee-paying accounts. The sales pressure was relentless, she recalls. The totality was horrible. She decided selling fast food would be better, but ironically left the bank to do a doctorate in surveillance technology. Courtney is not alone in her dislike of this kind of surveillance, but it's on the rise around the world as firms look to squeeze more productivity from their workers and become more efficient. Because you're going to come to find out that these so-called countries are really corporations at this point. And they're all controlled, bought, and paid for by the bankers. Yeah, so she said it was dehumanizing. Like I said, you haven't seen anything yet. More than half of companies with over 750 million all right, which is 574 pounds, 574 million pounds in annual revenue, used non-traditional monitoring techniques on staff last year, says Brian Kropp, vice president of research firm Gartner. These include tools to analyze emails, conversations, computer usage, and employee movements around the office. Some firms are also monitoring heart rates and sleep patterns to see how these affect performance. In 2015, 30% used such tools. Next year, Mr. Kropp expects 80% will. You're going to see how all this links up with the chip, the RFID chip. And workforce analytics will be a 1.87 billion industry by 2025, says San Francisco's Grand Review Research. So why is business so keen? Ben Weber, or Waber, chief executive of Humanize, a Boston workplace analytics company, says it gives firms the ability to assess how their staff are performing and interacting, which can be good for the firm, but also good for employees themselves. Yeah, you know, Esau playing like the good guy. But let's read this right here. Well, I'll read this little caption here. It says, humanizes Ben Waber thinks firms need to find are more about how they function. Firms need to find, really should be out more about how they function. His company gathers data exhaust left by employees' email and instant messaging apps and uses name badges equipped with radio frequency identification RFID devices and microphones. Now it says these can check how much time you spend talking, your volume and tone of voice, even if you dominate conversations. While this may sound intrusive, not to say creepy, proponents argue that it can also protect employees against bullying and sexual harassment. So yeah, that's that double tongue. They'll give you the benefits, but meanwhile, they're monitoring everything that you do. But of course, Esau wants to play the good guy. Well, let's scroll down some more. Now, this is the main point right here. Listen to this. Over the last few years, a Stockholm co-working space called Epicenter has gone much further and holds popular chipping parties where people can have RFID-enabled rice-sized microchips implanted in their hands.
That's the chip.
One of the first companies in the UK offering microchips to staff is the 90-year-old local newspaper, the Lymington Times. Owner Eddie Curry is going all bionic man, but reception in his office has been mixed.
What are the sort of concerns that you're hearing?
I think maybe Big Brother or having something medical done to them. I think some people are worried that we'll know where they are, but they're entirely passive, there's no GPS in them.
So far, Eddie's had 6 people say they're up for the implant.
Very interesting concept. I think I'd like to let a few people try it out first before they put one in me.
It just seems a bit pointless when I can have one on my keys.
You really think it's worth it for the ease of it?
I think so, yes, or I wouldn't do it.
Well, here it seems that not everyone is quite so keen. But in the United States, it is starting to catch on. And in Sweden, if you have an implant, you can even use it to pay for your train ticket. You know what? I'm quite liking the idea.
I'm booked in with Dr. Jeff Watson to have my implant. But we aren't in a hospital. The procedure is being done at biotech's offices. And that's the strange thing about this technology. It's currently unregulated. You could have it done in a tattoo parlour or piercing salon.
So other people could quite simply not necessarily do it themselves, although actually I guess that they might do that anyway. People do.
Yeah. People buy our kits and insert them themselves or find somebody who's willing to. But I think it's important that they're inserted under medical conditions. So there'll be a bit of a buzz from the local anaesthetic, and then once that's in, you won't feel
nothing
other than some pressure.
Okay.
You've now joined the bionic generation.
So was that it? Didn't feel that at all. Thank you.
Magic.
Sasha Twining, BBC News.
They can use the implants to assess electronically controlled doors, swap contacts, or monitor how typing speed correlates with heart rate, says Epicenter's Hannes Weblad, who has an implant himself. The implant cannot transmit any data unless you put it within a centimeter of a reader. So the person with the implant controls when it can be read, he says. And that's a goddamn lie when it comes to the elite, because the elite, they're going to have all your information. They're going to be able to read your information. Embedded chips may seem extreme, which it is extreme. It's the mark of the beast. But it is a relatively small step from ID cards and biometrics to such devices, says Professor Jeffrey Stanton, a University of Syracuse academic who researches work-related stress. So once again, you know, they'll make it seem like it's not a big deal or we're being monitored already. The things we do are being tracked already. Also, you can get that microchip. Okay, that's what that's all about. And like I said, they're all about massive surveillance. Okay? Now, listen to this right here. It speaks about facial recognition. And this is something that's going on in China as we speak right now.
China's pursuing an ambitious plan to create an omnipresent video surveillance network. The Shuiliang or Sharp Eyes project aims to extend and integrate video surveillance from cities into villages and from roads into residential compounds. It aims to use artificial intelligence, big data and deep learning to analyze this mountain of video evidence, to work out who's doing what, where and when, to track suspects and the people they associate with, and even to predict crime. In November, I visited 3 tech companies in the cities of Beijing and Chongqing to see how China plans to make the communist slogan, "The masses have sharp eyes," into a reality. Here are a few of the ideas that the tech companies showcased. These cameras are looking at a road junction, and they're identifying everything that's passing through. They're looking at cars, reading the number plates, and they're looking at pedestrians, classifying pedestrians according to their age, their gender, what kind of clothes they're wearing, even what kind of hairstyles they have. This software analyzes crowds. It's producing a heat map of where people are massing together, the sort of thing you might use to prevent overcrowding. You can also see that it's also able to track individuals through the crowd. So if you're looking for a suspect, this is the kind of software you might want to use. Here we can see 2 cameras picking faces out of the crowd, comparing those faces to a national database of suspects, of wanted men and women. The police then look at the matches that are flagged and see whether they think that's someone they're looking for. They can then swoop in to potentially arrest or question the person that the cameras have identified. A completely different application now. This camera is trained on the face of a truck driver. It's looking at his facial expressions and what he's doing to see whether he's showing any signs of tiredness. If the score rises above a certain level, then he's seen as too tired to drive. His company will be alerted. They'll give him a call and tell him to take a rest. The Sharp Eyes project has already been rolled out in more than 50 cities. So far, the tech doesn't quite match the ambition, but experts agree that facial recognition is improving fast and is a technology of the future. Concerns are being raised about whether the system will be used in China to unfairly target ethnic minorities or be used as a way to crack down on dissidents and activists. But in the tech startups that I visited, the young elite staff seemed cheerfully unaware of those kind of concerns.
Now this is on CNET.com. CNET.com. Huge leaps in AI, artificial intelligence, have made facial recognition smarter than your brain. There are privacy concerns, but facial recognition now can help you get your doctor visit and your vacation started. And this was put up by Stephen Shanklin, dated March 28, 2019. March 28, 2019. You're Karagma. So facial recognition. Like I said, this all links together with that microchip, with the New World Order. Okay? They want everyone microchipped. They want everyone monitored. They want everyone tracked. Everything you do tracked. This is what they want. Now it says Royal Caribbean Cruises has begun using facial recognition systems to speed passengers on their way through security and ID checks. You and your family are at the pier, getting to board the massive cruise ship docked nearby. Ahead lies a week of sunny beaches, indulgent buffet feasts, and lounging around doing absolutely nothing. And then you see the long lines for security, baggage, and ID checks. It often takes 75 minutes for passengers to check in, but the pool deck looks a lifetime away. Royal Caribbean Cruises thinks it has the answer to getting passengers aboard faster. AI-powered facial recognition. In December, passengers started taking part in a pilot program at a company embarkation point in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Passengers took selfies with the company's app. Then at the port, an AI-powered database matches their faces. After a quick double check, Royal Caribbean staff members direct guests to their cabins. The result? All-time high customer satisfaction. So people, they want convenience. They really don't care, all right? They don't care. They're with this. They're with the surveillance. They're with the facial recognition, and they're with their microchip. And they're saying how AI can surpass the human brain's capability. And that's why they want to microchip you. They want to give you a brain chip, okay? But like I said, you have facial recognition and massive surveillance going on in China right now. So that's basically a prelude of what's to come to the whole planet Earth, because it's a one world government. Okay? That's what it is. You can read the rest of this on your own, but it's a very good article, okay? Why you must not take the microchip implant. And this was put up on the NigerianVoice.com. And it's dated April 13th, 2019. Okay? But you can read this on your own. All right? They're going into some scriptures telling you how the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Now, if you take that chip, you won't go to hell, but you will be destroyed in nuclear missiles, because that's the real lake of fire. All right. And the point is, it's put on the Nigerian Voice, proving to you that the Nigerians, so-called West Africans, are Israelites. A lot of our people are still over there. And a lot of our people over there are not going to take that chip. And like I said, they also want to brain chip you, which is the mark of the beast in the forehead. This is on Fox News, foxnews.com. This came out a few days ago. This is dated April 15th, 2019, the year of Karagma. Human brains could be connected to the internet in the next few decades, scientists predict. Right, so that's the mark of the beast in the forehead. Okay? And this was put up by Chris Ciacia or Kiesha, however you say that. Now it says this right here. A new research study suggests that human brains could be merged with technology significantly sooner than many expect, perhaps within decades. Which, that's not a long time. Not that it's going to take that long, but that's still not a long time. Known as the human brain / cloud interface, BCI, brain computer interface or brain cloud interface. Researchers at the Institute for Molecular Manufacturing in California have suggested that nanobots could be implanted into the human body and connect to a network in real time. Right, and that's also why they made the movie The Matrix. You being linked into a artificial world. Okay? A supercomputer database. A lifelike simulation via the microchip. Now it says these devices would navigate the human vasculature, cross the blood-brain barrier, and precisely auto-position themselves among or even within brain cells. They want to be able to control your thoughts, control what you think. Okay? Electronically induce thoughts into your mind, control your mind, make you go left, make you go right. They want total control. The study's senior author, Robert Freitas Jr. said in a statement, they would then wirelessly transmit encoded information to and from a cloud-based supercomputer network for real-time brain state monitoring and data extraction. This is what they want. They're doing this thing. Prophecy is speaking. Mankind could have electric immortality by 2050. But see, one thing you elites not banking on is that your time is almost up. You're about to go down. You don't have till 2050. Your kingdom is about to be destroyed. YAHAWASHI said he saw Satan as lightning fall from heaven. You devils, you're going to go down in 1 hour. So this is it for you. But that's why it says the devil shall come down with great wrath, knowing that he hath but a short time. Your inward thought is that your houses shall continue forever. It's not going to continue forever, because Isaac blessed Esau with a temporary blessing. You will only have control of the entire planet Earth for a certain period of time. Immortality is promised to Israel, not you. But reading on, it says the research was published in the scientific journal Frontiers in Neuroscience. But you see the point here, all right? This is what they want. Okay? This is the world that they want. A BCI. But I'll read some more. Let me read some more, then I'm going to get another article, then get the scriptures, then close this out. First proposed by futurist Ray Kurzweil, which he has the microchip. Okay? He has implants. Look it up. Who has also suggested that computers will be as smart as humans within a decade. So that's their argument. They're basically that humans, we need to keep up with technology before technology surpasses us. We need to be smarter than AI before AI enslaves us. That's the argument. The concept of BCI would potentially allow people to simply think of a question and be answered instantly by that microchip in your brain, as opposed to looking for it in a search engine. Yeah, because the computer is going to be in you by way of that microchip. But also that computer, that microchip is going to be able to control you. That's what they don't tell you. Similar to how information is received in the popular sci-fi The Matrix movie series. A human BCI system mediated by neural nanorobotics could empower individuals with instantaneous access to all cumulative human knowledge available in the cloud, while significantly improving human learning capacities and intelligence. The study's lead author, Dr. Nuno Martins, added in the statement, aside from obtaining direct instantaneous access to virtually any facet of cumulative human knowledge, there are other potential applications. The researchers wrote in the study, these include the ability to improve education, intelligence, so they're saying that the microchip is going to make you smarter, entertainment, right, because you'll be linked to the internet. So you'll be able to be entertained by the internet because it's linked to your brain. Traveling, hey, you have a virtual reality. You had that movie Total Recall. That's what that was about. So you can basically fake travel somewhere virtually. Even though you're not really there, you can travel there by a virtual you via the microchip, as well as other interactive experiences. Though it is not close to being ready for widespread human trial, it's closer than what you think. They're just selling you that idea. It's not that close. We're at the door. The nascent technology already exists and has been successful on a small scale. So it's here. It is here. They want to put that chip in you. All right? A super brain. This devil's something else. Speaking about BrainNet, this is what they want. They're going to do this thing. Man, I got to read this. I was going to skip over it, but I'll read it. While not yet particularly sophisticated, an experimental human BrainNet system has already been tested, enabling thought-driven information exchange via the cloud between individual brains. Dr. Martins explained, it used electrical signals recorded through the skull of senders and magnetic stimulation through the skull of receivers, allowing for performing cooperative tasks. Last year, scientists invented the aforementioned technology known as BrainNet, which allowed 3 people to share thoughts and play games only using their minds, according to The Sun. Martins added that thanks to the advancement of neural nanorobotics, there could be a super brain created that could revolutionize democracy, enhance empathy, and ultimately unite culturally diverse groups into a truly global society. What's that called? The New World Order, the one world government, world peace without the Messiah. That's what this is. A bunch of bullshit. Elon Musk is going to help NASA save Earth from an asteroid collision. This is madness. Madness. This last part I'm going to read right here. Merging man and machine. The idea of merging humanity and machine is not new, as others, including the aforementioned Kurzweil, have discussed it at length. In 2018, futurist Dr. Ian Pearson published a blog theorizing that humans could eventually become immortal, not with their bodies, but by merging their brains with androids. It's all about you getting that microchip, okay? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. They're mentioning Elon Musk. Elon Musk, who has warned about the potential dangers of artificial intelligence in the past, is working on it via his newest company, Neuralink. According to the company's sparsely populated website, Neuralink is developing ultra-high bandwidth brain-machine interfaces to connect humans and computers, which are microchips for the brain. Woo! Hey, well, down here. Earlier this month, a group of scientists affiliated with Musk's Neuralink published a paper detailing that they are getting closer to being able to insert chips in brains. Using a sewing machine. According to Bloomberg, which is a financial news network, which first reported on the paper. But that's the point right there. So this is not science fiction, it's real. They're doing this. They want to put chips in your hands and chips in your brains. Let me get one more article. This is on the Weekly Times, weeklytimesnow.com, au.au, which is Australia. National breaking news. Terror accused had chip inside his brain. Terror accused had chip inside his brain. And this is by Benita Kalovos, Australian Associated Press, dated March 27th, 2019, Eurocaragma. A Sydney, Australian man accused of preparing to go to Syria to fight for Islamic State has told a jury he went along with an undercover operation because he wanted to expose the chip inside his brain. So this is happening right now. This is not the future anymore. It's happening right now. Hey, they showed you that in the movie The Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington, starring Denzel Washington. He had chips inside of him and he was being controlled. Okay. You had that movie Upgrade that came out. The movie Upgrade, that man, he had a chip in his spinal cord and it was controlling his movements. So this is happening right now. Okay. That's the point. That is the point right there. It says Modacer, however you say his name, Talib, has pleaded not guilty to preparing to travel to Syria for the purpose of engaging in hostile activities between early February and mid-June 2017. The 24-year-old was arrested at Sydney Airport on June 15th with a bag containing military clothing, a sleeping bag, a solar charger, and other gear, following a months-long undercover police operation. He told the NSW Supreme Court on Wednesday that at the time of his arrest, he believed he had an electronic chip implanted in his brain, which allowed everyone around him to hear his thoughts. It is hard to explain how I was thinking. If ordinary people are spying on me, then obviously authorities are too, he said. Talib, whose sole occupation was as a carer for his mother, said he didn't tell anyone about the chip. Even though I wanted to, something kept holding me back, he said, adding that his mother would have thought he was going crazy. Talib believed that if he got stopped at the airport, it would prove his thoughts were being monitored. I thought if I played along with this undercover officer, I would be able to expose what was happening to me. And I did, he said. Right, because he had a chip implanted in his brain. But that's the point right there, okay? The mark of the beast is real. It is here, and prophecy is manifest right before your eyes. Don't take the mark of the beast. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right, so you're not supposed to receive that mark of the beast. Okay? The token of this beast system. All right, and that word mark in the Greek is charagma, which means an incision. That microchip, you're not supposed to receive that chip. If you do, you're going to be destroyed, and you're not going to be delivered when YAHAWASHI comes back. Proof the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, the he is so-called white man, the international banking families. And he's going to cause all by way of his military. Okay? When martial law is declared, the microchip is going to be mandatory. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, everyone on the planet, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, to receive an incision, to receive a pointed stick, a stake in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. You can't make payments. You can't make business transactions, save he that had the mark, except he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that microchip is going to be mandatory. Don't take the chip. With that, I want to say all praise to YAHAWASHI Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.